Most gun owners have a SHTF plan. The problem? The firearm they've built that plan around will get them killed. Not because it's a bad gun, but because it was never designed for what you're actually going to face. Today, we're cutting through the popular picks, the YouTube favorites, and the forum recommendations and looking at the only 7 firearms that will actually keep you alive when everything falls apart. Number 7. Springfield M6 Scout. At number 7, and the most unexpected entry on this list is the Springfield M6 Scout. Most viewers have never heard of it, and that is exactly the point. The best SHTF firearm is not the most popular, it is the most practical under total system failure. The M6 Scout is a purpose-built survival platform with an over-under configuration, chambered in 22 LR on one barrel and 410 bore on the other. That combination alone covers small game, pest control, and close-range defense from a single, ultra-compact system. It does not rely on detachable magazines, gas systems, or complex internals, just a simple break-action design that prioritizes function over everything else. Its defining feature is portability. The rifle folds in half, reducing its footprint to the point where it can be stowed inside a standard bug-out bag without external exposure. Ammunition storage is integrated directly into the stock, allowing you to carry essential rounds on the weapon itself. No extra pouches, no added dependency. This isn't theoretical. Variants of this platform were issued by the U.S. Air Force as survival rifles for downed pilots, individuals who needed a firearm that would work anywhere, under any condition, with zero support. And that's the reality most overlook. When everything collapses, practicality beats popularity. Now that you've seen the full list, let's break down what this actually means for your survival strategy. Number 6. Henry Lever Action 357 Mag. When discussing true infrastructure-independent firearms, the Henry Lever Action 357 Magnum stands in a category of its own. This platform operates with zero gas system, no gas tube, no piston, no reliance on pressure-sensitive cycling. Every function is manually controlled through the lever, which means it is not dependent on ammunition, consistency, or internal gas dynamics to operate. Paired with a revolver like the Ruger GP100, it enables a critical survival advantage: ammunition consolidation. Both platforms can share 357 Magnum and 38 Special, reducing logistical complexity and allowing every round carried to serve dual roles across rifle and sidearm. What if the collapse isn't temporary? What if there is no resupply, no factory ammunition, and no return to normal production? The Henry's ability to function with low pressure, even improvised loads, including black powder cartridges in extreme scenarios, gives it a level of longevity most modern systems simply cannot match. Mechanically, it is straightforward. With basic hand tools and minimal parts, it can be maintained and repaired in the field. There are no critical, failure-prone subsystems requiring precision replacements. At the same time, it bridges hunting and defense accurate enough for medium game and effective in close-range engagements. From this level of complete independence, the final firearm answers the ultimate question: what do you rely on when everything else fails? Number 5. AK-47. If there is one semi-auto rifle that earns a place on a true SHTF list, it is the AK pattern rifle, specifically well-built variants from Zastava Arms or Arsenal Inc. This is where the conversation gets uncomfortable, because it forces a direct comparison with the AR-15, and the AR does not make this list. The AR-15's direct gas impingement system runs hotter and dirtier by design. Under ideal conditions, it performs well. Under neglect, fouling accumulates rapidly, and reliability becomes conditional. It also depends heavily on a functioning parts ecosystem: bolts, gas rings, extractors, components that are not easily improvised or sourced when supply chains collapse. Then there's ammunition. In any real disruption, 5.56 is one of the first calibers to vanish due to demand saturation. By contrast, 7.62 x 39 remains globally distributed, stockpiled in massive quantities, and far more likely to be encountered or traded over time. The AK's loose tolerances are not a flaw, they are the point. This platform is engineered to function in mud, sand, and extreme neglect. Its long-stroke gas piston system isolates fouling and maintains cycling energy even under degraded conditions. Decades of military use across harsh environments confirm the same conclusion. The AK continues to run when other systems stop. From this level of battlefield durability, the next firearm shifts towards specialized precision and extended range capability. Number 4. Ruger GP100. When evaluating a sidearm for SHTF conditions, the Ruger GP100 represents a fundamentally different philosophy: mechanical independence. As a double-action revolver, it eliminates the dependency on detachable magazines components that can be lost, damaged, or simply unavailable in a prolonged collapse. Each round is contained within the cylinder, and function is not tied to spring tension, feed lips, or magazine geometry. Chambered in 357 Magnum, the GP100 also offers true ammunition flexibility. It can safely fire both full power 357 Magnum and lower pressure 38 Special, allowing the user to tailor recoil, noise signature, and ammunition consumption based on the situation. In a survival context, that means broader compatibility with whatever ammunition can be sourced. Reliability under neglect is another defining strength. A quality revolver will continue to function even when fouled by carbon, dust, or inconsistent maintenance. There is no reliance on slide velocity or cycling energy. Each trigger press mechanically rotates the cylinder and aligns a fresh round. From a maintenance standpoint, the GP100 is robust and straightforward. Basic servicing can be performed with minimal tools, and its solid frame design resists long-term wear. Experienced survivalists often favor revolvers as either a primary or backup sidearm, precisely because they remain viable when semi-auto support systems fail. From this level of mechanical independence, the next firearm emphasizes capacity and sustained defensive engagement. Number 3. Ruger 10/22. Skeptics will dismiss the Ruger 10/22 with a predictable line: "It's just a 22. That perspective ignores the realities of long-term survival. Chambered in 22 LR. This platform runs the most abundant and affordable cartridge on the planet. In a collapsed supply chain, availability matters more than ballistic prestige, and 22 LR is far more likely to be found, traded, or stockpiled in meaningful quantities. Weight is another decisive factor. 1,000 rounds of 22 LR can be carried with minimal burden, allowing sustained operations without constant resupply. Compare that to centerfire calibers, where ammunition weight alone limits mobility and endurance. In terms of caloric survival, the 10/22 excels. Small game rabbits, squirrels, birds becomes a primary food source when larger game is scarce or risky to pursue. The rifle's precision and low report make it well-suited for harvesting without drawing unnecessary attention. What if your survival scenario isn't a short-term firefight, but months of quiet movement, rationing, and hunting? In that context, near-zero recoil allows for accurate follow-up shots and extended use without fatigue, even for less experienced shooters. Add to that one of the largest aftermarket ecosystems in existence, and the 10/22 becomes endlessly serviceable and adaptable. From lightweight sustainability, the next firearm shifts toward a balance of concealability and defensive readiness. Number 2. Mossberg 500. When considering a survival shotgun for SHTF conditions, the Mossberg 500 earns its place through unmatched versatility. Chambered in 12-gauge, it can cycle slugs, buckshot, and birdshot interchangeably, allowing a single platform to adapt across roles. Slugs provide effective medium game hunting and extended range defense. Buckshot excels in close quarters protection, and birdshot enables small game harvesting without excessive meat damage. In a resource-constrained environment, that flexibility reduces the need for multiple firearms. Equally critical is parts availability. The Mossberg 500 has been in continuous production for decades, with components widely distributed through hardware stores and general retailers. In a grid-down scenario where supply chains fracture, the ability to source springs, extractors, or even basic maintenance tools locally becomes a decisive advantage. Its pump-action design further reinforces reliability. Unlike semi-automatic systems that depend on ammunition pressure and cleaner operating conditions, the Mossberg 500 will cycle under neglect, debris exposure, and inconsistent loads. In a real survival context, mud, dust, or mixed ammunition types, that mechanical tolerance ensures consistent function when failure is not an option. Finally, manual operation gives the user full control over cycling, eliminating dependence on gas or recoil systems that may falter over time. From this level of rugged adaptability, the next firearm shifts focus toward mobility and sustained firepower. Number 1. Glock 19. When evaluating a sidearm for SHTF conditions, the Glock 19 stands out for one primary reason: mechanical simplicity. Its striker-fired system eliminates the complexity of external safeties and decockers, reducing potential failure points under stress. With fewer internal components than many hammer-fired designs, it is easier to maintain, diagnose, and keep running with minimal tools critical when armorer support is non-existent. Equally important is its unmatched parts and magazine ecosystem. The Glock platform has the largest global footprint of any modern handgun, meaning spare parts, compatible magazines, and even improvised repairs are far more likely to be sourced or scavenged. In a prolonged disruption, this logistical advantage becomes more valuable than minor differences in ergonomics or trigger feel. Chambered in 9x1, 9mm, the Glock 19 also benefits from the most widely distributed handgun caliber in the world. In a supply chain collapse, 9mm is statistically the last pistol ammunition to disappear and the first to reappear in any form of trade or recovery. Its long-standing adoption by military and law enforcement agencies reinforces its credibility not as a range gun, but as a duty weapon proven in adverse, unpredictable environments. With that baseline of reliability and support, the next firearm takes a different approach to survival versatility. Outro. Most gun owners optimize for performance on the range, but in a true collapse, the firearms that survive are the ones built for repairability, ammunition, sustainability, and cross-utility across multiple roles. Which firearm on this list surprised you most, and what did we leave off? If you value clear, experience-driven analysis over hype, subscribe now. This channel is built on professional, no-nonsense firearms content designed to help you make informed decisions when it actually matters.